We're going to look at a new sample that can be used to help embed reports into your application and also give you a feel for what the code should look like from a JavaScript perspective. That's coming up. What's up guys, Adam Saxon, aka Guy in a Cube, and today I want to take a look at a new sample that's available for you to use if you're trying to embed Power BI reports into your applications. Now, I get a lot of questions surrounding the APIs and how to use these and what does it actually need to be. So this sample actually goes through and gives you code examples that you can use, play around with, change it up a little bit to see if it's going to work. I'll have a link right here for how you can get to the sample application, as well as down in the description below for you to go grab. You don't have to sign into the sample at all. You can just go right to the URL and start using it. When you go to the sample, you will first see an Authorize tab, and it'll have some information about the report itself. One option you can do right off the bat is just use the sample that we provide, and we'll go ahead and fill in all the information for you in terms of how to connect to it. Optionally, you can supply your own report. You'll have to get an application token. You can do that using some of the tools that we list in the sample. So either the Power BI CLI app, or you can do it from .NET Code or Node.js. And then supply in the application token, the report URL, and the report ID. So either you're going to click on to use the existing sample that's part of the app, or you're going to fill in that information and then say go to the next step, at which point you will actually go to the Embed tab of the sample. Once you get to the Embed tab, you will see the 3 text boxes for the app token, the report URL, and the report ID. Those will be pre-populated from what you did on the previous screen. And then you will see a code segment and a log viewer. So this code segment is actually the code needed to actually embed the report into the div box that's down on the bottom. So div is just an HTML token, and that's used, we're just gonna populate everything for the report inside of that div container. So you can inspect that code block and see what exactly we're going to do to actually embed that report. Inside of that code segment, you're going to see some predefined settings that we've put into the sample. You can go ahead and change those if you want to test whether something's going to work. And once you're done, you can just select the run icon in the upper right corner of the code block. And when you run that, it's going to go ahead and display the report, assuming everything's okay. If there is a problem, you will see something in the log viewer in terms of an error or some information about what's going on. At that point, you can go ahead and interact with the report that's in the div container, or you can move on to the next step, which is interact. On the interact tab, this is really where the fun is. So we've got a bunch of different operations that you can go through and inspect. These operations are things that you can interact with from an API perspective, from the JavaScript API perspective, and each one will have a code segment associated with it, along with some comments to help you understand what's going on. These operations range from report operations to page operations to event listener examples. And some of these operations will actually just display some text in the log viewer in terms of metadata. You're trying to go get some information about the report, or they'll actually interact with the report itself. A good example of that are setting the filters for the given report. Some of the metadata examples is you can get the page names, you can get the report ID, so on and so forth. Be sure to play around with the sample. Be sure to read the comments to see how it's actually interacting. If you're running into problems in your application, sometimes those comments can really help to explain what's actually going on. Okay, so what do you think about the new report embed sample? Go and leave that down in the comments below and let me know. Is this helpful for you? Are you going to use it? Do you actually embed reports into your application? I would love to hear your feedback. And as always, if you liked the video, go and hit that like button. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more great content. And as always, thank you so much for watching and keep being awesome.